Hello everyone, this is Mataza75 and oh my god, where am I? Why do I have this bar on here? And why do I have my shield on my back? And why is it when I pull up my inventory? When I open up my inventory, oh my god, it's a freaking change! Yep, they have the combat beta open to everyone now. And I believe in 2 weeks, on the 19th, they're going to release it into the live game. Now, I've been playing the beta for a couple of days now, maybe like 2. But, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give my review both good and bad. But with the bad, there are reasons to justify why Jagex did those reasons and how it's actually going to help us in the long run. So starting off, the few things that I like. The new player animations are just superb. You can right click this little hyphen bar right here to unsheath and sheath your weapons. So you can be in combat stance or just in chilling stance. That's a nice touch that they've added to it. And each weapon setup has their own unique stance. The next thing that I like about it is how they have these abilities now. And if you go to here, your book where your mage book would be, now has these ability bars and skills for each one. So you have your attack and strength skills, you have your range skills, you have your magic skills here. They now have separated your combat, teleportation, and skill spells separated all together. And then they have defense and HP or constitution based skills here. Now I think the skills add a diversity in the combat. And there are numerous amounts of combinations and possibilities that you can have to totally annihilate your opponent. That's the one thing I like about it. What I also like about it is some of the weapon changes that they've made to them. Just kind of like they've kind of almost redesigned them. So I'll give you a demonstration of what the two-hand looks like. It's not like some yellow handle and then a big giant piece of metal coming off the top. It's more of a weapon. And then, if I toggle the sheath here, it sits on your shoulder and you can walk around with it or run. And it just looks cool. I like it. And it's just, again, it's with the animations that Jagex has done to appeal to their players and the community itself. Now, although this is going to be a huge jump from what we were used to having for almost, I would say, like almost about, I know it's more than 10 years, but probably about 12, 13 years. And they're changing the whole concept of combat. Here are my first impressions of some of the bad things I could have potentially seen, but then I'm going to cover some of the reasons why Jagex may have done it or they have done it for that reason. What I don't like about the new combat system is the mobs. All of the mobs have been re-leveled and they now have a specific weakness, just one weakness for each different mob. Like for example with roaches. They used to be level, in the game that live now, they're level 87 and they can use melee and ranged attacks. In the beta version now, and probably continuing on into the live game, they have lowered their levels from 87 to 52, and they took off the range component, and they also made their weakness from crush and stab attacks to earth magic. Now, I was a little bit surprised and disappointed at first, but I think the reason why Jagex is doing this is because they want all of the combat skills, not just, melee, or solely ranged, or solely magic. They want the players to, try to do everything in balance. And, to take advantage of knowing the combat triangle and to apply it into these situations. That's what I think it is. The other part I don't like about is, if you can see in this combat interface, let me remove all my stuff. But let me show you. Let me show you this new equipment stat database. Or interface, I should say. What you have here is the, if you remember in the live game, what you see down here, the power amulet did like +6 attack and +6 attack, or +6 attack and defense, bonuses for all of your defensive and offensive stats. They've now become like crits percentages. So it's working for all the classes. And it's not going to change your main damage, as you can see here. Like if I were to pop this on, it doesn't change that. But it has the chance to make a crit in combat. Which, I wouldn't really say it's a bad thing, but it's kind of a step down from the live game. And the other thing that kind of worried me was, right here, you wearing nothing, you have no weaknesses at all. Now let's say you wanted to go all melee. So I'm going to go all melee right here. Wrong weapon. Okay. So I'm wearing all melee right here. I don't have gloves or boots to show you the full set, but the idea is, when you wear a full set of the same class type, you get a bonus, you get a life bonus percentage. Which, I think it was like 60% or something, but I may be wrong. I don't want to quote that because, again, this is just my first time experiencing the beta. But, as you put on the equipment, the stars down here will change against the effectiveness against other combat types. So right here, melee goes down and magic goes down because obviously melee is weak to magic. But versus ranged and defense against ranged has gone significantly up. And, the more better stats that you have for your armor and accessories, the better defense bonuses you'll have here. But I think what will happen is some of the players are kind of hating on this because of the change that they're doing with the armor and the combat stats. Because in the live game now, there's really no effectiveness against things. It's more of just like, the stat bonuses and then just fighting against each other. But I think in this, it really focuses, and they even said they really wanted to focus on, the effectiveness of defense and offensive. And this is gonna break that tide and how people come up with different strategies to cheat the system. So this system is making it fixed so that everybody has an advantage equally against another person. I'm level 200 in the beta right now, but I fought against players that were lower against me, and some of the combinations I had, and melee with magic, you get totally crushed by them. It's just, you don't last a minute with them, they're done. So, that's the one thing that kind of worried me, but what you see here is, in this interface, it tells you your weakness is magic. But I figured out a way you can cheat having a weakness against something. And I'm still experimenting with it, but to get better defensive maneuvers against mage, but the idea for this trick to work is if you have the same ratio of class type armor on you. So that means if you were to wear one piece of melee, one piece of ranged, and one piece of mage, the weaknesses nullify each other, and it'll show you in your combat tab that you have no weakness. But the effectiveness of your armor stuff and everything, like offensives and defensives and all that, are going to change. So there's that situation. So I'm going to show you real quick. I'm going to slap on Runeplate armor, D'hide armor, and the Batwing hood. So I have one of magic, one of melee, and one of ranged. And if I go to my combat tab, my weakness is none. So if I were to try and put a right combination of items together, I could have a potential offensive advantage against almost any class by just changing one weapon in my main hand and then going from there. But again, I'm still experimenting with this. And with some of these abilities, like I've been doing Duel Arena right now, they're fun. They're really fun abilities. And I might have to do another video to show you how the actual idea of combat works and what it'll do against other players. But this is kind of like my overview of beta, and I think by the time it gets released to the public, some things might change, but I think overall this is what we're gonna expect. You're gonna have the interface, and no matter however you try to make your combat, you make your armor arrangements and all, you're gonna have some weaknesses. But again, it's just tinkering around with these items and figuring out what to do. So, until next time, or in my next video if I get it today, this is Mataza75 signing off. Check out my Facebook page, like it. You can meet other people on there. If you collaborate ideas, we can get like a tournament going, and I'll sponsor it. Like, I'll get the prizes and stuff ready to do the tournament. So, just do that. And, I'll see you guys next time.